and welcome back. Today I have another ink sample review for you. This one is called Delicious Sleep by Colorverse. It's a lovely purple color. So let's go ahead and make a swatch of that real quick. Let's put some on here. It's a really pretty purple so far. It's a really rich color. We'll put some there we go. All right. Whoa. That's weird. It turned the water like an orangey red color. That was not expected. All right. Let's go ahead and write the name on here. And we'll put the cap back on so it doesn't dry out. All right, so we're going to let this sit on the side to dry. This is how it looks so far. A very nice deep purple. Very pretty color. And we're going to test this out on copy paper first. And the reason for that is just because sometimes you don't have access to your fancy papers. Maybe you're at work or school or something, and you just want to know if this color is going to work for your situation. And some inks perform really, really well on copy paper and cheap papers, and others don't so much. So you won't know until you try it. And right now it looks okay. It does look like there's a tiny, tiny bit of feathering, very minor. Copy paper. All right, let's take a look at this real fast. So yeah, maybe not really feathering, just it's fine actually. I think right here when I first started to write, there's like just a hint of feathering, but then as I write, that goes away. So this is probably fine to use on cheap paper. Has a lovely purple color, and it's not too crazy. So, and I don't see any major problems like lots of feathering or anything. Let's see the back. It didn't, yeah, the writing didn't bleed through, so it's probably fine. And of course this pen, these dip pens tend to lay down a lot of ink. So in a normal pen, especially if you have like a fine nib or something, on the copy paper, I don't think you'd have any issues at all. Okay. This is HP 32 paper. This paper is also copy paper, but it's smoother, has a finish on it so the ink doesn't soak in right away. And so you get to see lots of special effects that are in the ink. So this is showing a bit of shading in the writing, which is really nice. So we're going to set that down to dry completely. And this paper is Tomoe River paper. And this one also has a lovely coating. It's a very thin paper as well. And if there are special effects in the ink, they usually do show up on this paper. Although I have been surprised a couple of times by some unexpected results. Oops, there we go. And this is Tomoe River. Oh yeah, and I need to draw these little lines. Sometimes these lines will show shading or other effects, so I draw those on there. And I'm going to move this aside, and I forgot to do that on the HP 32, so let me just go do that real quick. There we go. Yeah, there's definitely shading on this HP 32 paper for sure. Where I start writing here, these lines, they get darker. I'll try. Yeah, anyways. There's definitely some shading. So the interesting thing is that it's turning the water an orangey pink color. It's purple down at the bottom, but the water itself is like a weird, I don't know what to call that. That's interesting. In fact, no, okay, it's just my imagination. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to let this dry. The Tomoe River is still damp up here, but so far I'm seeing some shading, which is good. and especially like around the edging on the splotches there, very pretty. And in the writing, there's some shading, but this we made here is still very wet, this swatch. So I'm going to let that dry. I'll be right back. All right, and I'm back. So here is the Tomoe River paper dry. You can see there's definitely shading here in the writing, and up here you can see a little bit of a halo of the different colors. There's something else in here besides just purple. Let's take a look here of the three together. This is how they look. So on the copy paper, there's no real issues. You could definitely use this with copy paper. The purple is a little bit lighter of a shade. It's much deeper and richer in the HP 32 and in the Tomoe River. And you can see lots of shading here in like the little hash marks and in the writing. So there's definitely some shading going on. And then in the swatch card we made here, this turned out quite beautiful. So there's some very definite shading in here, some of that halo shading in these little swirls here. Down here where it says Delicious Sleep and Colorverse, you can see the shading in the writing. And also right here, right down the middle, there's a little bit of a sheen of something. And it's not purple, so very interesting color. Very beautiful purple. So if you like this and if you would like to see some more colors, just leave some comments down below of what you'd like to see me review. And please like and subscribe so you can see more. And thank you so much for watching. You have a great day.